We should have seized all Saudi Arabian assets in this country, declared war on Saudi Arabia, rounded up every one of their citizens living in our country and executed them on public television, and then fired multiple nuclear warheads at that country.
What makes a good weapons and firearms channel? That's the question we're asking today. What makes a good weapons and firearms channel? So having been to the US just recently and having chance to sort of be in and look around the Pentagon and meet two-star admirals, believe it or not. One thing I love about the US and America is the Second Amendment. You have the right to choose whether or not to carry a gun. And that's something we were stripped of in the UK years ago. You know? So our government thinks it knows best. So I love your government, and I love the fact that they, you know, the American people still protect their Second Amendment. And it's wonderful from my point of view as a gun enthusiast. So these are a couple of channels on YouTube that I actually enjoy watching, and I just enjoy watching and seeing what's going on. I mean, they are fantastic. This first one is called Real World Tactical. Now, the question is, you know, what makes a great tactical weapons firearms channel? And what makes a bad one? What makes a bad one? That's something we're also going to look at in a minute. So I just want to give you, a couple of little examples of good weapons channels, firearms channels. And this guy here, this guy, Real World Tactical channel, I found him on Instagram. I started following on Instagram because what he does, to me, if I had all the time and money in the world, this is what I'd spend, say, 70% of my time doing. What he's doing in his videos is amazing. He does all the firearm stuff, proper sort of live range, going on the range, shooting live rounds, real tactical stuff. He trains hard, so he does lots of weights and weight training, MMA, boxing. I mean, this guy is a badass. I mean, this guy is everything that Jason Blaha wishes he could be. I'm not sure of his background, whether he's ex-police or ex-military. I'd probably go for ex-military, but this guy is an absolute badass, yeah? And I'm just going to play the intro to his channel, and I suggest you go and have a look at it if you like this sort of thing, because it is very inspirational. So I'm just going to play the intro, and the intro is pretty badass in itself. And then in this one, this particular video is tactical training and tactical shooting drills. Yep. So this is the sort of thing I enjoy watching when I'm all alone with my laptop. All right. So just check this intro out. The intro is enough. The music, everything is really, really, really badass and really hardcore. I mean, just the intros, pretty gets you hyped up. It's a great intro, and this is the sort of thing that I'd expect from a firearms channel. But this is sort of tactical as well, and getting your body prepared for it as well. So really pushing all the limits.
On YouTube, so we're back again here at the range. Today is going to be a range training day. I have my heavy hitters with me here today. close personal friends of mine, guys that I have worked with for a very long time and trained with. Obviously, you know I'm very specific on who comes on the range with me. You guys know Diego De Vera. He is my co-partner and also one of my team, Real World Tactical team members, four-time world Muay Thai and kickboxing champion. We have today Diego, 19 years law enforcement, full-time SWAT operations. He is still active, firearms instructor, you name it. He's got hundreds of operations under his belt. Then we have Black Belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Ruben Alvarez over here, also law enforcement. And we have my personal little big brother, Jesse Menacall, owner and CEO of Menacall International Training, 12 years law enforcement, as well as he was on the team with me personally and broke in a lot of doors with me on the team while he was on there with me.
So yeah, it seems he's ex-police rather than ex-military. But yeah, it's like the Expendables, isn't it? I mean, these guys are badasses. This guy is a badass, yeah? There's no question. You can't deny this. All right, so we're just going to get into a bit of the video. Let's have a look. So really, functional training. So he combines actual physical training, like, pulling sleds and all that sort of stuff, and being held back with elastic sort of bands, so resistance training while shooting. So really stressing the body, stressing the mind, stressing everything, but still being able to function under that level of stress.
It withstand Miami humidity and the heat. Any company that I partner with, I always like to test all their stuff, and then I give them my pros and cons, and obviously my feedback. So far so good, and hopefully it lasts the rest of the day.
Yeah, we're just going to skip through.
And we're going up and down, shooting 3 magazines, 5, 5, and 5, 15 rounds total.
So I assume this is simulating carrying a casualty or something, maybe a woman or something like that. I don't know, but pretty awe-inspiring and pretty badass. I think you'd agree. I mean, this is pretty extreme training, and
while shooter 1 runs to the actual victim and picks him up, fireman's carries to the next station, and then so on and so forth. They switch over.
So really pushing the limits of the body, the mind, and everything, endurance, stamina, everything, really pushing the limits. So that really does inspire me. I mean, because that is real world tactical training. I think you'll agree. And then there's another channel I really like. This is called T-Rex Arms. Yeah. So this video here, let's have a little look at it. T-Rex Arms, shooting on the move with various firearms. And now if you're into your guns and all that sort of stuff, I mean, this is the sort of thing I like watching. He's a young lad, but you can see from the way he uses his weapon, the muscle memory, the way he moves, the way he uses his weapon, the way he reloads and everything. He has spent thousands of hours on the range, working with guns, pistols, rifles, everything, you name it. This guy has done it. He's so young, and it's amazing that he has this level of skill at such a young age, and knowledge as well, because the guy's really knowledgeable. So
course of fire, we're going to do everything on the move. We're going to have different targets with different round counts, different angles, different distances. We're going to have to throttle up our movement, speed up, slow down based on target size, target distance, and also target opportunity. So starting here by this vehicle, we're going to move through. We're going to shoot this steel as we see it, 2 rounds per. 3 C zone. These are all from TA targets.
All right, so it's just telling you what he's going to be doing, and now we're just going to have a little look at him doing what he said he was going to do. All right, so let's cue it up from here. It's just good to see people who are good. I'm one of these people that like to see experts, I like to see experts. I mean, it's for me. I mean, I love America for this, being able to just go out and do this. It just, for me, this is something I'd love to do nearly every day if I could. I mean, it's real John Wick stuff. It really is. And talking of John Wick and Halle Berry, here's Halle Berry and here's Keanu Reeves, John Wick, training for John Wick number 3. Yeah, so we got the idea. This is what I like in a tactical and firearms sort of channel. This is the sort of thing I like to watch, and I enjoy watching when I'm all alone and, you know, I've got my laptop. All right. So what makes a bad tactical and firearms channel? It would be someone who is pretending to be an expert. It would be someone who has no background in security of any sort, police, law enforcement, that sort of thing, or military, ex-military, ex-special forces. So it would be someone with no experience trying to pretend he had military or police experience, firearms experience. And now you've seen these guys handling their weapons. You know what to expect from someone who knows what they're doing. So it's easy to spot a fraud. Yeah, it's easy to spot a fake. It's easy to spot a guy like this. Now this is Blaha. He lived in England. And in England, he was very liberal. And although he said he came from Texas, whether he really did or not, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that, whether he's originally from Texas. But he lives there now, so we know that much. I don't know if he's originally from Texas. But when he was in the UK, he was very, very liberal. He supported Labour. He was anti-everything, anti-guns, really sort of left-wing. Yeah, really left-wing. Sort of person that would vote for Hillary and you know, be happy voting for Hillary. So, yeah, this guy. So if he was to set up a channel, he'd have to do some serious work to get me to believe what he's saying and that he has skill and knowledge in firearms. You know, so if he was to set up a firearms channel, he'd have to do a lot of work to convince me. He'd have to lie a lot.
So that you get a stretch at the bottom, pause, press, lock it out.
So this guy, you know, it would take a lot to convince me that this guy had knowledge of firearms, weapons, tactics, tactical sort of understanding of how, you know, firefights go down, all that sort of stuff. It would take a lot to convince me. He'd have to do a lot of lying. You know, especially when you see him handling a gun. When you see him handling a gun, right? You've seen the guys before on the weapons channels, the proper ones. You know, they know what they're doing. They're quick reloads, bang, they're, you know, everything. It's amazing. The muscle memory, the thousands of hours of handling weapons shows. Yeah, even Keanu Reeves, he trains his ass off to look as realistic as possible in the movies he makes. Yeah, he uses live ammo, live rounds. I mean, he does it properly, and that's why his films are so good. Right, his movies are so good. All right, but then when you see someone doing something really well, you know, you can see that they've been doing it a long time. Yeah, this is why I love craftsmen. I love seeing people that have been doing things for a long time. Doesn't matter what it is. I could sit there and watch someone make a pair of leather boots by hand, because it's the skill and craftsmanship that's involved and the years of learning and knowledge. You can see it. You can't fake it. Now, this is a guy who wanted to set up a firearms channel, and it failed. Yeah, it failed. And there's reasons behind it, that it failing. And one of them was because he invented a whole backstory to try and convince people he had knowledge to tell them about firearms and all this sort of stuff. He later went on to say he wanted to set up a tactical school, I think it was, and also he was saying he was going to get involved with someone else and actually sell weapons. And someone asked him if he'd sell them to a Middle East country, and he said no. Of course he said no, because the Muslims can't have the Muslims getting any weapons. Absolute madness. Yeah. But going back to my point, you can tell when someone has never handled a gun before. And this is one of the first videos I found of him actually handling a gun. And it's like Mr. Bean or something. It's ridiculous. And you can tell that he's never touched a gun in his life. He said he was a CIA operative in the powder wars, doing snatch and grabs on on Hajis. All the nonsense. He trained at the farm in Langley. All of it. We've heard it. Oh, it's just trolling, guys. Just trolling. No, you were building a backstory to reinforce your firearms channel. That's what you were doing. You were building a backstory for your firearms channel to try and give you more kudos, more credit. Yeah, that's what you were doing. Anyway, let's listen and watch him handle a gun.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Now that I'm back in Texas and I can handle all of my firearms and things again, people have asked me for some advice on, can I show them the basics of what to do when they pick up a handgun the first time. People have no clue what to do, they've never handled.
So he's trying to teach beginners how to handle a gun for the first time. It's like the blind leading the blind. I'm surprised he didn't shoot himself.
The gun, never shot a gun. They don't even know how to tell if it's safe to pick up or if it's loaded. So
I mean, it's worrying. It's almost like leaving a small child alone with a box of matches. Seeing this guy at home alone, I think this is his sister's house. This is just when he got back to the UK, from the UK to America, back to the States. He was sleeping on the couch, I think, in his sister's place, and and then he came up with this fantasy idea that he could, if he got a gun and created a backstory of being a mercenary, he could get into firearms channels and all this sort of stuff. Try and convince people through lies that he was a firearms expert.
I got an old Beretta 96 out of storage. This is made by Beretta USA. It's chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. Now, if there's any doubt about that, when you look at a gun, most of them, if you look, they'll have writing somewhere along the slider barrel.
He just doesn't know anything about guns. You can tell. Look at the way he's holding it. He just doesn't know how to handle a firearm, and it shows. His delicate little hands and fingers have never handled a firearm. He's handled plenty of weapons, plenty of, but he's never handled a firearm. You can tell. Look at the way he handles this thing.
Tell you the models. They'll tell you the caliber somewhere on the barrel. In this case, it's 40 SL.
Just looks autistic, like some kid who's just picked up his dad's gun when his dad's at work. I mean, it just looks dangerous, him handling it, because he doesn't know what he's doing with it. You can see that. I can see that.
Stands for 40 Smith & Wesson, which was originally developed for the FBI.
Look at him.
Now, with a gun like this, I've obviously got the breech open, but oftentimes when you pick up a gun, the breech is going to be closed, the handgun. You may not know what to do with it. It's going to be scary. You don't know if it's loaded. You don't know if it's going to go off. And I have with the breech open, obviously, you can tell if it's loaded or not. It can't fire. You may not be that lucky your first time picking one up. So it may be like this, with a magazine in it. And the way I've got this set up now, this is locked and cocked and hot. If there was a bullet in here, this gun is fully loaded because the action is back, the safety is off.
Look at the way he handles it. He hasn't got a clue what he's doing. And there's more nonsense from him. So, he's gone back to Texas. He's got his hands on some weapons, because you have the Second Amendment. And, it's just crazy that someone like this could get their hands on this sort of weaponry. And this is an interesting video I found. This is examples of veterans with bad habits as civilians. No magazine in a rifle indoors, right? So this is actually Blaha, who's never been a sharpshooter at 1,000 yards and all that bull crap that he made up. Never been a mercenary. Yeah, he later confessed he was just trolling. Yeah, never been a mercenary, never in the powder wars, never did a snatch and grab. Yeah, but this lunatic has managed to get himself some weapons. And it's obvious to anyone who's watched even a few firearms channels that this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Yep, it's obvious. But he, in this video, proceeds, his own video by the looks of things, yeah, his own video, proceeds to tell veterans and military personnel that they are wrong and he is right. Yep. So someone contacted him who was an ex-vet, and they said you shouldn't have a loaded weapon or a magazine in your rifle around people indoors. Yeah. If you're in a building, you shouldn't have it, ready to kill someone. Shouldn't have this thing loaded up, ready to go. Yep. It's a safety thing. But he, in this video, tells him, after he said he banned him, because that's what he does, anyone disagreeing with him and telling him the truth and correcting him on his mistakes, he will ban them. Yeah. So after he banned him, he then thought about it and he says he doesn't know how to unban him, but he goes on to tell military personnel that he knows better than them. Yep. Listen to this.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Today I want to talk about something that I think is kind of amusing and something I hadn't thought of. Probably needs to be addressed, and I apologize I banned a guy for it because basically when people get in an argument with me and make stupid arguments with me, I tend to ban them and not think about it. And I don't really know how to unban people, but it was a veteran who came in and told me that I should not have a magazine in my weapon inside the building. And then they were in the military, that's not how they did it. And guys, this is stuff that people need to step back and think. If people follow orders and traditions and things they learn in their life without thinking through whether it's a good idea or smart or not, or why that thing originated. It is a great idea inside of a military base around a bunch of guys who might be trigger happy, young bucks who've just come out of basic and they're gung-ho and everything, to not have magazines in their weapons sometimes. Why? Because they're not going to be attacked in the base. There's no situation in the base where you're only going to have 10 or 15.
So he's saying young guys who've just come out of basic training, who are trigger happy and, they're a risk. But someone like Blaha with years of experience, fantasy experience, knows better. He's not a risk.
Seconds to get a weapon ready or less. It's realistically going to happen inside of a military base. You have guards, whether it's stateside or abroad. You have scouts, guards, armed guards all around the perimeter. You're further inside. You're going to have time to get a magazine in your weapon if you need it. When you are in your home, you're not always going to have time to get a magazine in your weapon. And also, because you're not trigger happy in your house all the time, you don't have dozens of guys. You might get in fights with each other occasionally to where you need that extra few seconds.
What does he think goes on in a military base? He's saying there's armed guards, there's sentries, and there are guys in there who might get into fights with each other. What films has he been watching? He's never been in a military base in his life. He's just seen it in a video. What a loser.
Seconds to cool off before they put a magazine in a weapon. You don't have the same sort of risk. And people who are intelligent, a rifle like this, I don't keep this rifle chambered. You put a magazine in there, this weapon is perfectly safe. It can't do anything. If you notice, I can even tell it's not chambered because it won't go on safe. You pull this trigger all day long, nothing's going to happen. This weapon isn't loaded. It has a magazine. You have to load it. Odds are your little child can't grab this AR-15 and do this. They can't do that to get one in the chamber. They're not going to.
A child can't do that, apparently, because Blaha knows best
how to do it. They're not going to be strong enough to do it. Most of the time, your child. This is a perfectly safe weapon in the way I had it set up.
So he's saying you could leave this weapon with a magazine of live rounds in just on the sofa there, and a young child, maybe a teenager, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, they couldn't pick that up, pull back the chamber here, the loading mechanism, and fire it. So this is perfectly safe to leave with a magazine in, with live rounds in it, perfectly safe around children. 10-year-olds who would pick that up, who would pull that back, and who would probably kill someone accidentally. Because this idiot left a gun, an assault rifle, with a magazine full of live rounds on a sofa, perhaps, with children around. This is Jason Blaha.
Long enough to do it. Most of the time, your child. This is a perfectly safe weapon in the way I had it set up. Perfectly safe, but it's ready to roll. You have a magazine in there. You can load it within 2 seconds. Have this weapon ready to fire in case someone kicks in your door and you need it. An unloaded weapon.
So leave it loaded with the magazine in it in case someone kicks in your front door. The Muslims! It's the Muslims are going to kick the front door in. This is the madness of Blaha.
Weapon with no magazine in it is completely useless in a home defense situation.
There's only one thing that's completely useless, Blaha. And we all know what that is. Anyway, so this is a little gem I found. I told you I'd done a deep dive. It's Moon Cookie. And this must be the very early stages of their relationship because she looks okay. You know, after a couple of years with him, you know, she said he destroyed her and, you know, just absolutely broke her with his ways and the way, you know, the life she entered into with him. But she looks okay there. She looks quite fresh-faced and, you know, too good for Blaha. Anyway, so in this video, promoting female firearm proficiency and more women carrying concealed handguns. Yep. On this video, he starts off by saying he's taught her everything he knows. And it shows. It really does show. Watch her fumble around, point the weapon, yep, and watch the magazine drop out, and then the old hunchback comes in, right? And on a second note, she's 5'7". Okay, we can't see what they're wearing, but she used to wear flats a lot of the time. He comes in and he's clearly down here, and he's probably got his 2-inch boots on as well, and he's clearly an inch below her. Something just to think about. But the main part of this video is just watch the weapon, because Blaha in this, he says he taught her everything she knows. And he probably did. He taught her this as well. So just watch this. It's funny as hell. She points the weapon, the magazine drops out, and he hunches in, sort of limps in.
And today, I thought I would do something a little different. I've been teaching my girlfriend to shoot better, and because she hasn't had a lot of practice, even though she knows a number of firearms. And today was not only a good day to kind of introduce her to my audience, but also everybody, it's Jason Blaha.
Watch the old weapon, the magazine fall out.
I thought I would do something a little different. I've been teaching my girlfriend to shoot better, and because she hasn't had a lot of practice, even though she knows a number of firearms.
And he comes in and, are you okay? Clearly an inch shorter, though. Easy an inch shorter. Yeah, we don't know what shoes she's wearing, and we don't know what shoes he's wearing, but, you know, I still say He's 5'6" at the very max. But anyway, that's a different subject. So yeah, so that's the skills that Blaha taught her.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I thought I would do something a little different. I've been teaching my girlfriend to shoot better, and because she hasn't had a lot of practice, even though she owns a number of firearms. And today was not only a good day to kind of introduce her to my audience, but also to discuss the topic of the importance of women learning to use handguns, being proficient in them, and possibly getting concealed handgun licenses. And the reason for that is that
Still hasn't got around though.
We have out there like rape. And a lot of these situations, because women are more often going to be victims of violent crime than men.
Really, what the hell does he know? What can he teach anyone? He doesn't even know what he's doing himself. It really is the blind leading the blind. Anyway, so this is another video I found. This is just watch him. Yeah, we've seen the guys at the beginning of the video. We've seen the guys, yeah, who know what they're doing. When someone knows what they're doing, I just reiterate, when someone knows what they're doing, you can see it, yeah? When someone's an expert and they've spent thousands of hours doing things, you can see they are proficient and they have muscle memory and they look good at what they're doing, and they could do it with their eyes closed. Well, look at this guy. Look at the way he stands. Look at his arms. I don't expect everyone to know, the right way to fire a firearm, but you can tell when someone hasn't got a damn clue. So watch this. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is called 19 failures to eject in four magazines using freedom munitions. Yeah, whatever. That's the name of the video. Come on.
Starts almost immediately. Failure to eject. This is out of a new Glock 19 Gen 4. My girlfriend has one also. Hers had a few.
Look at the way he's leaning forward.
And my first set of magazines I shot,
his arm bent here like this.
Many problems. I had a couple of them. I had maybe 2 or 3. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I did some shooting yesterday. We got quite a bit of footage yesterday, and I'm really disappointed with something.
What was that? Mad, panicked, paranoid look around. Look, he really. Oh, I don't know what he did before this.
Buddy, it's Jason Blaha here, and I did some shooting yesterday. We got quite a bit of footage yesterday, and I'm really disappointed with something, as you guys will notice as I'm going. It actually starts almost immediately. Failure to eject. This is out of a new Glock 19 Gen 4. My girlfriend has one also. Hers had a few of these happen, not as many as me. And my first set of magazines I shot, I simply...
He just doesn't know what he's doing. He hasn't got a clue what he's doing. It's absolutely comical. Meth and firearms really shouldn't be used together.
Buddy, it's Jason Blaha here, and I did some shooting yesterday. We got quite a bit of footage yesterday, and I'm really disappointed with something, as you guys will notice as I'm going. It actually starts almost immediately. Failure to eject. This is out of a new Glock 19 Gen 4. My girlfriend has one also. Hers had a few of these happen, not as many as me. And my first set of magazines I shot, I simply didn't have that many problems. I had a couple of them. I had maybe 2.
Absolute clown. And then more examples of his cack-handed, just ham-fisted handling of weapons that proves he has never been near a weapon in his life until he got back to Texas from the UK, which was in his late 30s, mid-30s, late 30s, something like that, but this just shows he hasn't got a clue what he's doing. And he's never had any military training, any sharpshooting training. None of the nonsense that he came out with is true. We knew that, but now we can show you the evidence that shows he has never touched a firearm until he got back to Texas from the UK. Check this out. This is the most autistic thing you will see ever. I'm surprised that wasn't one of his rounds going off, but he hasn't got it. He hasn't got it loaded. Look at him. Look at the way he loads it. Look, watch the way he loads it now. On his shoulder. Look at the way he's cocking it. Oh, he's priming it. I don't know much about firearms, but I know what you don't do. Whew. He just looks so awkward, so ham-fisted. You know, he's trying to be a badass. He's like Mr. Magoo. Anyway, if you want to see this video, it's called Standing Shooting with an AR-15 Leather Strap Brass Cap, yeah, bloopers. Alright, so I mean, it shows you this guy hasn't got a clue. The whole fake Merc thing was just nothing more than a backstory that he invented to try and promote his tactical channel. And if he ever did get that tactical channel off the ground, I mean, yeah, it would have great comic value, very fucking funny. But, excuse me, but nothing serious. I mean, it would be a joke channel, just like the whole coaching thing and all that stuff and the fitness thing. He knows as much about firearms as he knows about fitness, which is nothing. This guy doesn't have a clue. Anyway, guys, I hope that was informative. These are some very rare videos that I found. I've never seen them before. I just found them. I was like, wow, look at this. This is going to help me make the firearms video. So I hope you enjoyed it. Yep, I certainly enjoyed it. So like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a family. But most importantly, what do we got to do? Leave a comment down below. Alright, guys, until next time, I'm out of here.
Hey, fuck this Haji. I'm going to shoot him in the gut at 300 yards and let him bleed out for a little while. And then when he's too weak to fight back, me and my friends are going to go pick him up and have a little fun with him and make him fucking talk before we feed him to the pigs.